How's it going, guys? My name is Graeme. Welcome back to Don't Escape 4 Days in a Wasteland. Quick heads up at the top of the episode, same as last time. This is actually like an episode 6. It's a second playthrough of the game, so it's day 2, but just know that I'm going to be cutting through things quite quickly, and so if you haven't seen a first playthrough of the game yet, I would recommend starting at the beginning. Otherwise, let's get right into things. And presumably a big molten heat wave or whatever's going to come through here. I guess it wouldn't be molten because that would like burn down the entire house. But it's enough to get a little bit of a crispy outer crust on David here. He didn't fare too well, I would say. Shit. Come on, Kate. What was that? The attic? Yeah, man, it wasn't good. I'll tell you that much. Although maybe ventilating the house a little bit will be for the best. I'm kind of suspicious that we need to go crawl into the cold cave, though, rather than hunkering down in this house for this particular playthrough here. Alright, Kate, nice landing and all that. We're going to razz her a little bit for being sucky at flying a helicopter. She's going to say that we seem weak enough to trust. That's all the gist of it here. I'm trying to keep a bit of an eye on the dialogue in case there's some sort of like moment where one of them realizes like we've had this conversation before. It doesn't really seem like that's how it's playing out. The moon's fallen towards the earth. We need to get to the spaceship. Usual banter. I'm much more curious about when they talk about the dream, how they will pose it differently considering it was heat instead of cold. Yesterday's dream. I know this might sound weird, but I had a bad dream yesterday, and it came true. A cloud of gas has moved through this area, killing everything in its path. Well, the dream almost came true because I died in that dream. In reality, I took it as a warning and prepared myself for the threat. A dream, you say? Yeah, I know, but I'm not making this up. That really was some sort of prophetic dream. It's the same as before with that. Basically, she also has the dreams, which we know a lot more about now. And today's dream, I was still here in this house. Well, I guess, I mean, you were still in the house on day 4 when the world ended, and we didn't end the day on the house. For a second, I was taking that as a hint that, like, we need to reinforce this house. I still think maybe going to the cave is going to be the best bet. We'll give it a try. There was a sudden heat surge. It got so hot, it killed me on the spot. I think this might happen tonight. I must sound like a lunatic, I know, but trust me, I know I'm right. We're gonna find out ourselves if you're right. We should prepare for your prophecy. And what about the outpost? It's out there, we'll look for it. It's getting hot. Your dream seems to be fulfilling itself. If that's the case, there's gonna be a surge of extreme heat right after it gets dark. What could have caused it? Earth's climate is a little more unstable, chaotic mess. It's probably a temporary event. Temperature should be back to normal tomorrow. Same response to the cold. She even mentions the high ground advantage when she analyzes what she makes of our hideout here, which would have been useful during the bandit scenario of day 3. I didn't utilize that. If I'm not going to stay here tonight, then I don't think there's any reason to come up on the roof and fiddle around with the chimney, but I should double check anyways, just to see if there's anything else of use up here. I think it's a dead end, though. I did like how on day 2 we were kind of seeing, oh yeah, I was going to say we were seeing snowfall and stuff as we were moving around. I was curious what it would look like today. We're getting kind of that like heat wave shimmer going on, and so I'm guessing that'll get increasingly worse as we move through the 12 hours of the day. It'll be a cool thing to keep an eye on. Things will start turning a little bit more red, similar to how they kind of got gray-blue last time. Man, the variations in this game really drive home just how cool, well thought out, and well made it is. It's just, it's badass. I don't need this anymore, so we're just leaving that. I guess we're not going to utilize the chemical pesticide flask or anything anymore. I have to find a way to cool down my hideout. He still seems quite committed to setting things up at the hideout. I'm interested to see, because before, we found that like propane-powered heater, space heater, and like the electric heater that we never properly repaired that plugged into the wall and things like that. Presumably that stuff's not going to be useful this time around. And so I'm curious if instead we'll find fans and things like that. There's still those heat absorbing tablets, I guess you would call them. But yeah, I feel like there's more. Things are going to be switched up a little bit, and I'm curious if the hideout will be viable, because I would almost rather use the cave. How long does it say it would take to get to the house? 15 minutes. Kate by herself is only going to save 20 building the bridge in like a 2-hour construction. Rather than running back and forth a million times, like coming to get the car later and carrying things around because we don't have the cargo and everything, it's probably worth it to just commit it up front. It's a lot of time spent very early on in our day, but I'm assuming it'll be a pretty long-term payoff. I'm gonna go get Barry first this time, because I went and got Cody first. This time we'll have a third character present with us when we're like trying to coax Cody into joining our team. Poor Barry, grieving because he just lost his wife. Oh wait, Barry, have we met before? Okay, dialogue shake up there. Wait, did I meet you at the gas station before the world ended or something? Wait, did this dialogue didn't happen the first time through at all, did it? What's going on, Kate? Why do I keep feeling like I've been here before? Dreams, maybe? No, I mean, yes, but there's more to it. Well, whoever you are, what do you want? I don't think that dialogue happened the first time. That would have stood out and been like, whoa, but so it must not have happened on the first playthrough. Okay, so if you try to talk to Kate about Barry, there isn't initially an option. He'll get mad at you if you try to go to the house. And now it's an option. And so I wonder if that's how I managed to miss it for so long, my first time going through all this. No, don't pull out the gun. Just go give him a quick chat. Give him some of that early Kate charm. I wonder if this is why these two kind of butted heads for so long, is that this conversation that they end up having is so, like, uncomfortable. How are you? Probably terrible, Kate. He pretty much just had the worst day of his life. I feel like there's plenty of reason for him to not like Kate very much. How are you? All right. I'm sorry. It's painful. No, I mean it. I'm really sorry to hear that. Oh, see, she was willing to open up a little bit. Do you want to talk about her? I kind of had it. I could kill for a coffee right now. I feel like it accidentally interrupted their dialogue with one of those, like, passive standing around dialogues. I don't know. I can't believe it happened. Can you imagine someone coming up to you, though, and being like, I'm so sorry your wife died. I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's awful. We've all suffered a lot of losses. I can hardly imagine what you're going through. God, I wish I had a hot cup of coffee right now. He's not really gonna buy it, I don't think. Now, here's a question. Am I going to leave the windows sealed so that heat can't get in? Or is that just going to turn the house into a greenhouse? I don't know. The apartment I live in is a terrible example. It's the most poorly ventilated place on the planet. The windows open or close do nothing. It just stays the same temperature. And so it's very, very frustrating. But I'm going to collect the blankets and stuff, assuming they're important. It is a fan this time around. It's not the electric heater. Something rustles inside this fan, like a bunch of loose screws or something. I think it's broken. We'll do what we can to actually fix it this time around. I bet the coats won't be useful. Warm coats. I'm going to take them just in case they have some new application, but I likely will not be needing those. Small locket from Barry's wife. I shouldn't need this anymore, so I'm going to ditch it so I have room for the last couple of things that I need to pick up around here. Oh, I can go stick some things in the cargo. So that's fine. I'll free up some space that way. Now I gotta gear myself up to get yelled at all over again, unless Barry remembers and knows that it's helpful. I think he's probably just gonna scream at me again, though. Oh, I see. It won't actually let you give it to him. I know I probably shouldn't, but it might be important. I want to take a closer look at the locket before I give it back to Barry. That makes sense, because then you need to be aware of the fact that she wrote a final message to Barry telling him to stick it out, because that's a large part of how this is resolved. He yells and screams, he's like threatening to kill you for going into his house and like defiling his wife's resting place, essentially, and you have to convince him to look inside the locket. If you didn't know that, you really wouldn't have a lot of options to get out of this situation. That's interesting that the game takes a minute to just be like, no, I should look first, but I would almost be more interested if the game didn't warn you, and that if it actually came down to some crazy shit where Kate was forced to shoot Barry, or like Barry killed you and it would reset like when you get shot in the construction yard, something like that. It would be cool if a more extreme scenario played out rather than the game just being like, no, let's handle this differently. Oh, poor Barry. At least we gave... I hate to make him suffer like that, but at least we gave him kind of a reason to live here. And we'll bury your wife again, of course. I don't want to be terrible and cruel. That's a huge thing I regret from my first playthrough, is that we never buried Cody. I feel really bad about that. It like didn't occur to me that that would be an option. It makes me feel like such a scumbag. It was going to take 90. Kate helps, brings it down to 60. I guess if I would have had Cody, he saves an additional 10 or something like that. But for reasons I already said, I think it would be kind of... it's just mixing things up by going to Barry first. It's time, Barry. She deserved that at least. Of course she did. Come on, Barry, let's go. We got a plan. I'm so sorry about all this, dude. I've always handled high temperatures poorly. Me too, dude. This is like a nightmare scenario. Are you sure it's gonna get worse? Temperature usually drops in the evening. Not this time. The worst heat will be just after sunset. That's not normal. Nothing here is, Barry. Man, if it was hot enough to just make you crisp on the spot like that, is it hot enough to like burn down a house? Maybe. Or like it would cause a lot of other things to catch on fire as well, I would think. Ooh, we could repair the car immediately. I mean, we already have the car here, and he has to do it by himself no matter what anyways, so it's not actually going to matter if we have Cody tagging along with us or anything like that. So yeah, immediately take the car upgrade this time around. It's only noon. It's actually oddly close to the real time I'm playing this at, which is kind of funny. I'm going to grab my shotgun while I'm here. Probably not a great idea to leave that lying around. Rifle, whatever it is. I don't think I'll need it based on the different scenarios that I'm likely to get. But I'd rather not leave it out in the open. We don't need some 8-legged freak showing up and learning how to use a gun. I doubt that would happen, but... it would kind of make my life a lot more difficult in a scenario where it's already about as hard as it can be. I'm going to pick up some of these metal grates and shit to carry with us. And I'll like load all this into the car and everything just in case it's useful one of these days. I mean, I might as well do it now while I have the space and the ability. I should carry something lighter in my hands and put some of these back in there. Let's carry a towel instead of a 9-kilogram metal grate. That's probably a better idea. Then if we need it, we have it, you know? Should make our lives that wee bit easier. Alright, let's go check up on Cody and see what Barry's assessment of the situation is this time around. I probably have to start talking to the kid first. Go away, I saw this place first. I'm warning you, I know how to fight. This here's Barry. You can calm down, Cody. We're friends. He didn't have anything to say about Barry. He just got introduced. Oh, how do you know my name? Oh, shit. I didn't even register that had just happened. I don't know. It just came to me. Stay away. I don't know you. I wonder if he would recognize us if I managed to pull him through the first time around. Although, I think on the first playthrough, one of them between Barry and Cody is always going to be lost, is always going to die in that situation. It's probably only the second time coming to it that you recognize there's like danger or something like that. Oh man. Oh, there's a lot going on right now. I think. Go away or else. Go away or what? Your parents, what's behind the door? All the same basic options as before. Interesting thing going on here right now is that the passage to the restroom, or the restroom itself, should be available because there weren't locusts in this playthrough. I'm curious to see if that differs. Maybe there's a few weird, odd locusts that are going to be present no matter what. So it could very well be. Hey, maybe the two of you can help with the container this time. Should go a lot more smoothly if everyone pitches in. Could you help me push the trash container? Sure, I guess. Thanks. Oh, it doesn't use time anyways. Alright, well, Kate did her job last time. It's time you pull your weight. The way he adjusts his belt is kind of goofy because there's like so few pixels to represent the belt. Alright, well, I know this took me forever to figure out last time. I know that the pipe can be used here this time around. Rope and flag. Great things to have. The food. Oh, right. Oh, portable air conditioner. It's like hard to even see that that's there. Man, it did not look like anything. It looked weird as hell. Okay, I'm glad I took all the heavy stuff out. Water. We're gonna want lots of waters. And we'll have all of the cooling tiles, which will go a long, long ways. Did we just bash this? Is that all we did last time? Yeah, smash that shit up. Oh, do you know what? I think last time I threw a rock at it or something and it used no time. That's fine. I don't care how we get in it. I just want in. I imagine we'll never need the weather drone again. I'm ditching it. I know where to come back for it. There. We got a full supply of everything. What did I say last time? Did I say I was a wizard? No, I said I was the twin. I'm going to say I'm a wizard this time. I can teleport. Really? Absolutely. I don't believe you. Prove it. Teleport over there to the window. Can't. I'm out of mana potions? Points? Huh. Did you find any food in there? You know what? I did. But I didn't find a knife. I found a kitchen knife last time. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to screwdriver the food open because I couldn't figure out how to... I don't know what exactly is different. It takes a full half hour. God. Still I'm critical of how stupidly long that takes David to do. You're a good person. Ooh, now Barry can participate in this section. You've been all on your own till now? Pretty much, yes. Well, now it's going to be different. You should be safer. I'm Barry, by the way. Cody. Those two, David and Kate, they helped me get through some sad moments. Oh, do you know what? I wonder if this dialogue takes place whatever the first time the two of these meet is, no matter what, even if it's not exactly here. Oh, they are nice. Yeah, hard to find that these days. If you're still sad you want canned food, thanks, it's all yours. Okay, we totally had that conversation before. I want to see, is there locusts? Nope, there's just a clump of cloud. Careful now, I know this gas. It's weird that it's just staying hovering here. Let me guess, it's the gas from last night that almost killed you? Yeah, the cloud is gone, but some of it must be stuck here from the poor ventilation. Too bad it's blocking our way now. Do you think we can do something to get rid of it? Honestly, I don't know if there's anything we can do that won't take the entire day. I bet this just disperses on its own by tomorrow. Let's come back later and maybe not stand directly in front of it like that. It's hot, isn't it? Yeah, it's really hot. I'm melting. Is there any lake nearby or maybe a pool? Yeah, a pool would be amazing. Can we look for one? I don't think we have time for that. It's so hot. I'm sure I could swim the pool faster than you. He's really jumping around there. It's a panic mode, but I'll race ya. I give up. I won't even try. Congratulations. Yay, I win. You won the pool race that we never did. I'm going to load a bunch of stuff in here that feels unimportant for this particular run. Still got 7 hours left. I feel like the time here is going quite well. Ooh, there's some gross gassy residue remaining here. Follow the tracks off into the distance. Ooh, looks like their trip didn't end well. Man, having these, like, bloody corpses scattered around before was kind of gross. Now they're, like, green and grayed out and, like, rotted looking. They look worse than before. My guess is their car broke down. RVs aren't the best for off-roading. They set up camp and then the toxic cloud got them. Man, those other guys had a hazmat suit and they still got kind of messed up by that. This one's even worse. Nothing valuable to be had here. I'm gonna grab the hook right away. Actually, do you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not, because there might. No, I don't see any reason to leave it on the RV actually, because last time to climb down we just hooked it onto the rocks next to it. So that's probably all we'll be doing again. There is a big blanket, which maybe could be used to cover the hole into the cave or something like that. I don't really see how that'll be used. Jackets? Warm jackets again, which I have to imagine we won't need whatsoever. There was a Band-Aid in this before that I don't think I ever used for anything. There's also a thermal blanket and nothing else. Yeah, I think that's about everything that was of use for here. Inspect the car. Cody does not help at all. It's mostly just that it needs fuel. Suspension's busted. There's an internal battery for appliances. Seems to be working, but I don't know how much juice is left, and it's charged when the engine's running. I do have a full thing of fuel in here, so I might as well load that up immediately. This place smells of death, like most of the world actually, making it a pretty ordinary place, I guess. I hope some stuff here will be useful to us. Well, surely it won't be useful to the previous owners. Looking at all those deaths, I can't help myself but wonder, how did we survive up to this point? Maybe it was destiny. Destiny. This is much more cynical than I'm used to seeing from Barry. Or blind chance. Nothing more. Not everything is pointless, Barry. Yeah? Well, my wife's death was pretty pointless. I'm sorry. It's didn't mean to get heavy into that. I've got this engine running. I'm gonna try and hook up like things like the fan and this portable AC. Is it gonna run on like propane or whatever? Big and heavy air conditioning device with an exhaust pipe. It's portable but needs to be installed near an opening like a window so the pipe can lead the hot air out. I have one of these. It's pretty straightforward how they work, but it does need to plug into a wall. This extension cord looks like it has multiple sockets, or multiple female ends, so hopefully that would work. Electric fan. Something rustles inside. The device is probably damaged somehow. I'm going to have to repair it at some point. With everyone's help, we save a full half an hour on that, so let's get that in a good, solid working order. And I'm going to plug this in, chuck it down into the good old cave. I should take it to where I need to put it, shove it down in the cave. It's really cold down here. Yeah, it's going to be great. Use the fan on the extension cord. Use this on the extension cord. Before I plug it in, I should install it by the cave's opening. Okay, that's nice and straightforward then. Okay, that was even easier than I thought it might have been. Get that plugged and active. Great. Okay, this is definitely where I'm staying. There's not a chance I'm going up, going back to the house for tonight, you know? I also think I should take the flag and drape it over top. It's kind of the main reason why I decided to keep that with me. I want to have the cooling tiles. I'm going to make sure everyone has water for the night. Is this going to make sense? You can cover the cave's hole with the restaurant flag and secure it in place using some dirt and rocks, but it's going to take some time. Proceed. It only takes 22 minutes with everyone's help. It's not so bad, honestly. Now I can dish out my waters to everyone. Thanks, but I think you should give one to Cody first. Hi, did someone call me? What about you, Barry? I'll be fine. Man, he's like willing to risk dying if I somehow hadn't found enough waters for everyone. Wow, thanks. I'm really thirsty. Save it for later when the weather gets really, really hot. Okay. Man, conserving water, even if it wasn't an extra hot day, would be so damn difficult. It makes me thirsty just talking about it. Jesus. Not really thirsty, though. Yeah, think ahead here, Kate. It's for later, for dehydration. I know, thanks. Ooh, we're gonna have to designate a pee corner down in that cave, aren't we? Not too excited about that. If you have to poop, we're sending you outside. You have to go deal with the heat. Have some water for the heat? Okay. It's getting really hot already. And it's only gonna get worse. Thanks. Man, we should all be like stripping down into like our underwear here. I'm wearing this. Barry's got the right idea. The jeans, not so great. The tank top, good idea. This heavy ass coat, that is not very good thinking. Slip down the cave. I'm going to go ahead and lay out some tiles all around the area. I'm going to bash them real good to make things nice and icy cold for us. Now the fun part of just walking around hammering these things. You dent it, it hisses, it begins absorbing the heat around, making things just ice cold. Is it remotely possible to make it too cold down here? We got 5.5 hours left. Have I done everything? I feel like I did a lot here. I placed 3 absorbers in the cave. It's really cold down here. Yeah, buddy. That's kind of what we were going for. I think you should be happy about it. I think this might actually be good enough. It's insane how much time we have left. But there is an achievement in the game for completing the game without using the vehicle, so I just have to think, like, what if you tried to do all of this without the truck at all? And then you probably wouldn't have this crazy amount of extra time. Also, I kind of have the future sight of having done the general concepts of this before, so I kind of knew the cave existed, I knew how to get the rope, I knew what to keep an eye out for, so, you know, it kind of makes things a wee bit easier. I think we're pretty well ready to call her a night. Oh shit, it's scorching. The desert usually gets cold in the evening, not this time. The heat surge was incredibly strong as the wave of boiling hot air moved through the land. You found shelter in a cave underground, hoping it would save you from the deadly heat. The cave's entrance was covered with a big flag, cutting off a lot of heat. Oh, I wonder if I could have put more layers, more than just the flag, blankets and things like that too. This maybe was good enough. The cave proved to be a good shelter as it shielded 35% of the initial heat wave. Oh, and with all the heat tiles and the waters and like we must have aced it, right? Portable air conditioner was placed in the cave with its pipe stretching above the ground. The cool air from the air conditioner dispersed about 26%. You plugged in an electric fan. What's it going to do, like 2%? It's really going to get overshadowed by that AC. The circulation helped lower it by 24%. That is a lot more than I would have guessed. Look at how much it's reduced by already. Man, I wonder, you probably could have survived this in the house. Maybe. It's just a lot easier to do here is my guess. You place 3 heat absorbers on the cave floor. They all together, the weird tiles got rid of 21%, blasting straight through it. Didn't even need the waters. It wasn't as bad as you thought it would be. Conditions outside were harsh, but in your hideout, everything was absolutely fine. You didn't even sweat much. You were able to rest much more comfortably than you thought you would. +5 permanent carry weight bonus. Oh, so is that not about having spare time? It's about perfecting the night? Like I could have ended the day with 5 minutes left and still get the carry bonus by being able to rest well, by having all those other concerns taken care of. That's kind of how I'm starting to think that this comes together. Stairs? This is new. And I'm an idiot because it's something that came up on the first playthrough, but I was playing through each day like one at a time at that point. Like I was recording the 2-hour sessions once per night or whatever, and so when the stairs came up, he would have said that dialogue, I would have saved it, closed it, whatever it was, 24 hours later, booted it back up to record the next session, and I had like completely whiffed on it, completely forgot about it. So I promise I'll look at the stairs next time. Ooh, what a tease. But we're starting the 3rd day, so I want to save it for then. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.